Today we're going to talk about books. One book in particular, Dare Me by Megan Abbott. Okay, where to start? So, my approach to this comes from seeing the show on Netflix. It was originally on USA. It got canceled after only one season. It was not popular. It is. It is very trashy and duplicitous and catty. It's very Mean Girl. It's very Heathers. It's very Fight Club in high school. It's got some Lord of the Flies vibes. All the things that have like a broad appeal and appeal to a lot of people and uniquely appeal to me, right? So I watched the first episode and I was like, oh my God, this is so good. I was telling all my friends, oh, you got to see this show. It's amazing. The main character, Marlo Kelly, is just absolutely crushing it. Like every scene she's in, it's just great. And then the second episode happened and I was like, what's going on? Then the third episode happened. I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just a trashy TV show that has the illusion of depth. And I watched it all the way through. I'll admit I skipped a lot of scenes that were just like, okay, don't care, don't care, don't care, skip. And then I picked up the book, which is by Megan Abbott, and I started reading it, and I got about 5 chapters in, and I'm okay. I'm confused. So Megan Abbott is apparently a award-winning author. Like she's critically acclaimed. She's like awesome and all this stuff, and she's got 8 or 9 novels. So I'm confused as to why the writing and the dialogue in this book reads like a 62-year-old man who thinks he understands how young women think, and he thinks he understands the mentality of girls in a high school cheerleading squad, and thinks he understands the politics of who's the queen bee and who's this and who's that. It reads not masculine, but like the dialogue reads as though it's a dude writing it and a dude writing it for other dudes. Let me explain. So in the book, there are a lot of scenes where you have this really compelling, rich narrative and dialogue where this chick is talking to this chick and she doesn't like her because of this reason, and then this other lady is like, she's in charge and she's so cool and she's so pretty because her eyebrows are perfect and she's skinny and she's got great skin, and like you're vibing with it, right? Like, okay, I'm immersed. I'm in the mindset of like a young female narcissist, right? Like you get it. And then the author kind of throws something in like apple tits or soft rise breasts, and you're like, wait, what? What does that even mean? I'm sorry, what? And then there'll be little like cookie crumb, breadcrumb situations in the narrative where completely unrelated to anything that's happening in the book, it'll repeat words like pound, 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 almost like a comic book like sound effect, like thwack, Batman, punch the Joker, punch, punch, punch in his face. Like it feels weird. It feels sophomoric when the subject matter, while itself is sophomoric, is very heavy and heady and dealing with like drugs and murder and like real things that are really serious, and it kind of takes you out of it. And so I was reading it and I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's because this is from the perspective of one of the characters, because it's her telling her story, right? Like it's technically the entire book is a flashback. So I'm like, okay, I'm reading. And then again, it's this really weird, hypersexual, like everything is about their bodies and everything's about, who's got better hips or who's got a smaller waist or who's prettier or whose ponytail is the correct length or whose sneakers are the cleanest, brightest white. It's bizarre. And I really want to like the book. I do like the book, but I feel like this is some kind of weird erotic fan fiction on Wattpad by some middle-aged dude who's just like that's his idea of like what a girl thinks, right? When she looks at other girls in a given peer group. And I don't get it. So if you have read this book, if you are someone who actually reads Megan Abbott and you know what her style is and like you can shed light on that, leave a comment below, like clue me in because clearly I am missing something of critical import here. I'm going to keep reading. Like I said, I'm only very early in the book, and obviously I have seen the entire TV show. I so far, I hate to say this, I think the TV show is better than the book, but again, that's just based off of where I'm at. I'm going to keep reading and I'm going to upload another video once I've read through the entire thing as a completed work, and I'm going to judge it on its merits at that point. And if you have any recommendations for books or you have any feedback or you guys happen to have read another novel by this author or seen another show that's similar to this, or you want to put your input in, just like leave it in the comments below. I'll look at it when I have time. Thanks again. Be safe. Have a great rest of your day.